Hey guys, it's Karen. It is day something of my 119 or 20, I think, of my 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge. Is July 5th, and it was my birthday today, so hooray for my birthday. I rested, and I worked on this spaceship, and let me see if I can open up the SketchUp model so you can actually see what it looks like in 3D. It's not the best spaceship, I have to say. And in this angle, it looks kind of weird, but spaceship butt angle, spaceship ass, whatever. You know, next time I do this, I'm wondering if it would be easier to do. I also mess around with Blender. I don't know it quite as well as SketchUp, because so here's what it looks like. Very, very basic. You know, it looks better from the front and from the side, but at the angle I have, it doesn't look that great. So, in the model, but you know, I'm gonna, in the screenshot, and I'll just pull this one over too. I was trying to do screenshots of both of the models together in the image. I just couldn't get one that looked right on the page because of the angle. SketchUp's not really, it's too like realistic as far as like feet and stuff. So like I had to make this ship like 60 feet wide instead of 30. Like, so it's actually too big to go in the spaceport thingies. But like, you know, like technically from like a like realism, like SketchUp's really into real world measurements so that like architects and interior designers and stuff can use this program, right? So it would have been easier if I was doing it in a not realistic program as far as like combining the two elements. Or maybe I just don't know it's really difficult for me to move stuff around in there. So, anyway, this is what I've got. Let's see, I'll bring this up. The opacity, And also I have the planet that's going to go back here. So it's not exactly like realistic, and I'm still not 100% happy with it. But honest to God, I am tired now. I just want to draw this thing. I am sick of fucking with it. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know, this is kind of hard to see. So there will be the planet behind the space station. And it's going to end up kind of looking like my life in space picture, but without the giant monster. I'll probably have opening text down here, and I might put some like asteroids or some other space junk or something in here just to make it more interesting. Because this isn't supposed to be a very highfalutin place. I'm thinking it's... So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline the whole thing with just the structure. It is, so... after that, then once I get the structure outlined, I will draw surface anatomy on of the things. I'll make up some surface anatomy, but I'm going to do it on a separate layer because I'm sure I'm going to screw it up a million times, and I don't want to have to keep redrawing my structural anatomy of the space station and spaceship. But that's going to actually pose a problem when I then try to zoom in on the next page for the shot of like the shuttle kind of like moving into the docks. Because I'll have to try to like make it somewhat similar. So that'll irritate me. But I mean, so I could have done surface anatomy on, but then that would have taken like way more time than I wanted. A million years more to up this spaceship ass. This was supposed to be, in my mind, it's like, I'm gonna try to soften some of these edges and stuff all day. But I guess, you know, it's to get the point across, right? So yeah, so I'm starting to draw, and I'm actually just like going in with like my quote unquote inks. I'm not gonna like do a rough and then spend time I don't want to have to like draw it and then ink over that. I want to save time. So since I guess I'm going to make this pretty flat and not like, the lines are going to be pretty flat, not a lot of like rendering and stuff. I guess I could do that. And this, technically, like I've said before, this pen that I'm using isn't really a pen. Technically, it's like a brush, but I don't know. I like the way it, makes lines, so it's sort of like, to me, it's sort of like using a, like Micron or, what is that other thing? The, you know, the one that starts with P, whatever. But the other thing is, I do like to use the rulers in Manga Studio / Paint Clip, but I don't, the straight line rulers are awesome, but the curve ruler, I don't really like as well. I suppose I could have used it, but I don't want it to be, if I get into everything being too perfect, then that means that I have to make everything like, I want a little bit of like organic accidents, because I don't want to have to spend, I don't want to make everything like draftsman like perfect. And if you start making everything perfect like that, then like all your stuff is going to have to be perfect. Am I making sense? You know, like all your lines will have to be even on your figures and your backgrounds. And so if I have a little bit of room for wiggle error, then I don't have to be like a perfect draftsman. People will be like, oh, a human drew this, and she's like, you know, still learning what she's doing, and we'll forgive her because she's trying. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Bless her little heart. She's trying so hard. Yeah, that's what they're going to say about my work. Bless her little heart. So like here, if I use the figure, I'll show you. So like if I use the curve ruler, you just follow along these points and then you just draw on top of it. Whoops. I like it better than just using the straight line because, oopsie, that's my pencil, actual pencil. If you, then you can just like, hold on a second, let me start this over, delete ruler. I'm gonna just erase this and see what it looks like. Instead of just using the line tool, if you use the rulers in Clip Studio, you can then use your same brush over them, and it ends up looking more consistent with your other lines, instead of like, you know, having these like flat line tool lines and then your pencil strokes or your pen strokes. And you can go lighter or darker. See, I don't know if you can see that. And then you just follow it around. Let's see, you just follow that around and see, it's still not perfect. I suppose I could use it. And you can just leave it there, or you can make another one, like right on the same layer. But when you're done with it, you just go, you just right click, delete ruler, and it's out of there. So it's like really wicked simple to use, and I do use it sometimes. But I mean, I use the straight line ruler all the time. Curve ruler. Let's see. And then delete that. No, maybe I will use it. It does go a lot quicker, obviously, for big lines. It's like wicked quicker. Yeah, so if you use Clip Studio, don't be shy about using those rulers. They're the bomb. So I guess that's it. That's my pro tip for today. Pro tip. That's my pro tip for the day. All right, so here we go again. This is what it's going to kind of look like, and I'll probably do some kind of like try to do some kind of like starbursty glow out of the back end of this. So it'll look like because the background will be black. I'm not sure how I'll draw the planet yet. The background will be black, and then I can make some kind of like gaseous effect coming out the back, maybe with glows or something. So anyway, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to sign off for tonight. I hope you guys had a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm just going to stay away from the models and just work on this drawing bit now for a little while. I don't know why I'm drawing without having like done the rest of the book, thumbnailed it, but I think I want to keep, I think I'm trying to keep, it's actually really going to happen, and this is what it might look like. And so, but for the drawing stuff, I'm actually going to rough out with pencils. I'm not going to, like for the, you know, because I'm not going to really be tracing as much, just the spaceship crap. So the rest I am going to have to rough out more. Before I'm not going to just ink over top. So, all right. That's it. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Adios.